Numbers chapter 33. These are the stages by which the Israelites went out of the land of Egypt in military formation under the leadership of Moses and Aaron. Moses wrote down their starting points, stage by stage, by command of the Lord, and these are their stages according to their starting places. They set out from Ramses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month. On the day after the Passover, the Israelites went out boldly in sight of all the Egyptians. While the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn, whom the Lord had struck down among them, the Lord executed judgments even against their gods. So the Israelites set out from Ramses and camped at Succoth. They set out from Succoth and camped at Etham, which is on the edge of the wilderness. They set out from Etham and turned back to Pi-hahiroth, which faces Baal-zephon, and they camped before Migdol. They set out from Pi-hahiroth, passed through the sea into the wilderness, went a 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and camped at Marah. They set out from Marah and came to Elim. At Elim there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they camped there. They set out from Elim and camped by the Red Sea. They set out from the Red Sea and camped in the wilderness of Sin. They set out from the wilderness of Sin and camped at Dophkah. They set out from Dophkah and camped at Elush. They set out from Elush and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. They set out from Rephidim and camped in the wilderness of Sinai. They set out from the wilderness of Sinai and camped at Kibroth Hattaavah. They set out from Kibroth Hattaavah and camped at Hazeroth. They set out from Hazeroth and camped at Rithmah. They set out from Rithmah and camped at Rimmon Perez. They set out from Rimmon Perez and camped at Libnah. They set out from Libnah and camped at Rissah. They set out from Rissah and camped at Kehelath. They set out from Kehelath and camped at Mount Shepher. They set out from Mount Shepher and camped at Harada. They set out from Harada and camped at Makaloth. They set out from Makaloth and camped at Tahath. They set out from Tahath and camped at Terah. They set out from Terah and camped at Mithkah. They set out from Mithkah and camped at Hashmonah. They set out from Hashmonah and camped at Moseroth. They set out from Moseroth and camped at Bene-Jaakan. They set out from Bene-Jaakan and camped at Horhaggadad. They set out from Horhaggadad and camped at Jotbathah. They set out from Jotbathah and camped at Abrona. They set out from Abrona and camped at Ezion-Geber. They set out from Ezion-Geber and camped in the wilderness of Zin, that is, Kadesh. They set out from Kadesh and camped at Mount Hor, on the edge of the land of Edom. Aaron the priest went up Mount Hor at the command of the Lord and died there in the 40th year after the Israelites had come out of the land of Egypt, on the first day of the 5th month. Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Hor. The Canaanite, the king of Arad, who lived in the Negeb in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the Israelites. They set out from Mount Hor and camped at Zalmonah. They set out from Zalmonah and camped at Punon. They set out from Punon and camped at Oboth. They set out from Oboth and camped at Ai-Abarim, in the territory of Moab. They set out from Aim and camped at Dibon-Gad. They set out from Dibon-Gad and camped at Almon-Diblathim. They set out from Almon-Diblathim and camped in the mountains of Abarim before Nebo. They set out from the mountains of Abarim and camped in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. They camped by the Jordan from Beth-Jeshimoth as far as Abel-Shittim in the plains of Moab. In the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when you cross over the Jordan into the land of Canaan, you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you. destroy all their figured stones, destroy all their cast images, and demolish all their high places. You shall take possession of the land and settle in it, for I have given you the land to possess. You shall apportion the land by lot according to your clans. To a large one you shall give a large inheritance, and to a small one you shall give a small inheritance. The inheritance shall belong to the person on whom the lot falls. According to your ancestral tribes you shall inherit. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then those whom you let remain shall be as barbs in your eyes, and thorns in your sides. They shall trouble you in the land where you are settling, and I will do to you as I thought to do to them. Numbers chapter 34. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the Israelites, and say to them, When you enter the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall to you for an inheritance, the land of Canaan, defined by its boundaries. Your south sector shall extend from the wilderness of Zin along the side of Edom. Your southern boundary shall begin from the end of the Dead Sea on the east. Your boundary shall turn south of the ascent of Akrabim and cross to Zin, and its outer limit shall be south of Kadesh Barnea. Then it shall go on to Hazar Adar, and cross to Asmon. The boundary shall turn from Asmon to the Wadi of Egypt, and its termination shall be at the sea. For the western boundary you shall have the great sea and its coast. This shall be your western boundary. This shall be your northern boundary. From the great sea you shall mark out your line to Mount Hor. From Mount Hor you shall mark it out to Lebo Hamath, and the outer limit of the boundary shall be at Zedad. Then the boundary shall extend to Ziphron, and its end shall be at Hazar Enan. This shall be your northern boundary. You shall mark out your eastern boundary from Hazar Enan to Shephem, and the boundary shall continue down from Shephem to Riblah on the east side of the Ain, and the boundary shall go down and reach the eastern slope of the sea of Chinnereth, and the boundary shall go down to the Jordan, and its end shall be at the Dead Sea. This shall be your land with its boundaries all around. Moses commanded the Israelites, saying, This is the land that you shall inherit by lot, which the Lord has commanded to give to the 9 tribes and to the half-tribe, for the tribe of the Reubenites by their ancestral houses, and the tribe of the Gadites by their ancestral houses, have taken their inheritance, and also the half-tribe of Manasseh. The 2 tribes and the half-tribe have taken their inheritance beyond the Jordan at Jericho eastward, toward the sunrise. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, These are the names of the men who shall apportion the land to you for inheritance. The priest Eleazar and Joshua son of Nun. You shall take 1 leader of every tribe to apportion the land for inheritance. These are the names of the men. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb son of Jephunneh. Of the tribe of the Simeonites, Shemuel son of Ammihud. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Eladad son of Chishlon. Of the tribe of the Danites, a leader, Buki son of Jogli. Of the Josephites, of the tribe of the Manassites, a leader, Haniel son of Ephod. And of the tribe of the Ephraimites, a leader, Kemuel son of Shiftan. Of the tribe of the Zebulunites, a leader, Elizaphan son of Parnach. Of the tribe of the Issacharites, a leader, Paltiel son of Azan. And of the tribe of the Asherites, a leader, Ahihud son of Shalomi. Of the tribe of the Naphtalites, a leader, Pedahel son of Ammihud. These were the ones whom the Lord commanded to apportion the inheritance for the Israelites in the land of Canaan.